Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh man, I love this. Did you redo everything? I like it, man. That's really good. You like AI, like throw it in AI and Mizu needed foreshadowing. Oh, that's so good. I love how you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, apparently CapCut has a new AI thing now. And that was literally just our image and then police take them away.
That's all. What was your prompt for that?
I didn't make it. It was sent to me.
Oh, it's even better.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny enough to display on stream.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mizu, I have so much tea, but I cannot spill. I will spill anyways.
Oh yes, we will spill everything.
One sec,
that is
you do
fantastic.
your talking, I'll do a thing.
Okay. Chat, how you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a good one. I did promise I would give an update on the computer screen situation. Because recently my main computer screen that I've been using for everything started having some issues. Well, thankfully it's not like freaking out so much right now, but it was like freaking out when I read the Nick Rekieta body cam footage notes. And I was like, okay, I gotta get a new computer screen. And people funded it. Very grateful that people funded it. And it was supposed to arrive on the 1st. It was supposed to arrive on June 1st in celebration of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. But it didn't show up on the 1st. And so I went to the post office today because I got the tracking number. And the tracking number said that it was attempted on the 1st. But they didn't deliver it. And I was like, oh, well, maybe they just tried to get me to sign it and there was no note. But I actually checked the Ring camera footage because I have a camera and they didn't even come to my door. So I was like, okay, I thought we were USPS, not FedEx. So I went there and the lady behind the counter is like, well, I'll go take a look. And she's gone for 10 minutes. And she's like, my boss is calling the other station. And I was like, did I go to the wrong station? She's like, oh, no, you're at the right station. It's just on the day that delivery was supposed to take place, we don't deliver. So they took it to another station and they had to call the other station to find it. And they found it and they're like, so here's what happened. Because it didn't get delivered, it comes to us and it's going to sit with us. And you're going to get a note in your mailbox as soon as it's time for you to come pick it up. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting probably till next week to get the package to sit at the post office, and then I gotta go sign for it. So that is the update. Thankfully, my screen isn't like dying anymore. I'm still planning on getting the other one, and we're gonna use it. So bad shipping? No, it's literally just when you live in an apartment and the USPS has certain rules around stuff like this, and they don't normally deliver packages of that size.
That's what she said.
You know, so it's just like they have certain rules that they got to follow in my area. So, you know, whatever. One of you is getting spammed on Discord. Mizu, are you getting spammed on Discord?
No, I've been added twice.
Oh. Who's trying to take you down right now?
I mean, I don't think anybody's trying to take me down. I just got like 2 messages.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to sort a thing. Also, chat, apparently LumLum is asleep.
She's asleep?
That is, I've been informed by most men that she has a headache and she is sleeping.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
She is eepy baby.
I mean, she did spend like 6 or 7 hours playing Dune today. So, you know, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not going to blame her for that. Not going to really blame her for that.
Reasons to not get together with a postal worker, handles people's packages all day for pay. Technically a hoe.
Yeah, I guess so. Whenever I have a package, I send it to my parents' house. Well, I don't have that luxury because I don't live in the same area as my parents. So, unfortunately, no. Oh well. Tell Moose Man to Macho Man elbow drop her awake. I don't feel like that's extremely nice to do. Also, Moose Man is, I think, part Korean, so I don't think he has that in his bones.
Yeah, Chad, he doesn't have the upper body strength.
No, he's got the finger strength because he plays League, or at least I assume he does.
I mean, obviously he's Korean.
Anyway, it's okay. You know what we could do is we could like put like a little PNG of Lumi in the room, or something like that.
Well, I was gonna. One sec, I got a thing.
Oh, fair enough. You can drop it from a rooftop. Oh, that's very mean, chat. It's very, very mean. Oh, goodness.
Apparently
gracious.
Moose Man
That
is
works.
watching because he just messaged me, I don't play League.
Ah. That's right. He plays 14.
Well, I mean, we all play 14. That doesn't really count.
That's true. You know what? Now that we're streaming, I'm gonna pop up 14 and close Genshin. I have so much to catch up on in Genshin, and part of me is like overwhelmed.
A missing poster of Lumi? I don't have, like, the material for that. Moose Man is a temporary replacement. I think Moose Man is probably taking care of Lumi.
Actually, I have an idea. You could send me a picture of Lumi, and I will turn it into a missing poster.
Why me? You have a picture of Lumi. I'm the one managing the stream.
You know what? I'll look in her fan art area. Let's see if we can find a picture of Lumi that I can use. Is that Lumi as a mermaid rat? Oh man, I'm tempted, but yeah, I feel like she would find it funny. Oh, there's a picture of Lumi asleep. That's perfect. That's beautiful. All right, give me like 5 minutes, and then I'll give you what you seek.
I believe in you.
Okay. Now that I'm doing this, it's your turn to talk.
Well, I have been managing other stuff, but fine, I will. Oh, wait, I might have gotten what I wanted.
Oh?
Yep.
The Lumi caught licking feet? No. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice today. Oh, I should probably tune into your stream so I can see what you're posting.
My stream?
What you're sharing and shooting the shit.
Yeah, the stuff will be going over in a hot minute. I'm just sorting some things. Also, we're going to close the room and pull it back up real quick.
The VTube studio?
Yeah, it'll be back up in just a minute.
Okay. Who you adding?
Person. It's back up.
All right, give me 2 seconds. Thank you for the 5, Mr. Monkey. Enjoy the evening. I think we will enjoying the evening. Ah, you know what? That works.
Hi.
Hello.
You got to make sure you put the temporary Lumi on Ava.
I shall.
Oh my god.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I think I gotta make Ava louder.
Chat. Here, I'm gonna do something funny. Ava, pull open your head pat thing.
Okay, hold on. I had to like join the who's the host of the V2?
Me.
Mizu.
Okay,
pin that.
just make it sure.
And what?
What I just put in the message.
I don't know what you did.
On in the chat. So chat, for those that don't know, when Ava's model is up, if you super chat anything with the word head pat in it, it will actually just head pat her. So
It's extremely, yeah, it's a simple one. It's set up when it detects head pat in a super chat. I have to actually open up, I have to apply Underthetea's chat link for it to work, but it just does page up as my hotkey when it detects head pat, and then it just applies it.
yeah.
But I have
you go,
to
Mizu.
add. Oh, this is last week's. Here we go.
There we go.
The temporary Lumi. Oh, amazing.
That's beautiful. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to
If only I
work
had
around
my
with all the sizes and stuff. This is a fairly new setup, so it's gonna take a hot minute to figure it out. But it's fine.
But regardless, I think it's fantastic. Way more podcast-like. So
Yeah. So,
Okay, there we go.
chat, before we continue, I figured I would address the metaphorical elephant in the room, in that Mizu got in trouble this week. And
did.
if you want
You did get in a little bit of trouble.
a little bit of trouble. So if you want to find out the trouble I got in, it's over on my channel. But we're not going to cover my trouble over here. Just
That's okay.
know that I got Rev to pull a Will Smith.
You did.
Which-
That was pretty impressive.
this is the last person that you would have wanted to personally have that happen to. So
Thank you for the
Quite
2
depressing.
magma. Thank you for the 20 DKK Rasmus. And somebody sent one earlier that
Danish
I did not
kroner.
see. Danish kroner. Fair.
yeah, I read the one from Mr.
And then
Monkey.
thank you
so.
for the $4.99 Mr. Monkey. Well, I'm gonna say it again. He gets 2 because he did $4.99.
because he's special.
You know, even more though, I would say than Rev pulling the Will Smith thing. Him pulling the numbers game was surprising to me and equally disappointing.
It was.
Yeah, Rev pulled a Will Smith on me. Told me not to talk about his wife, who was talking about me. So that's whatever. And then he
Yeah.
said I was a bottom feeding nobody who just covers
Yeah,
drama
you
for
guys have
clout.
been mongering for their attention for years.
Hounding. Or he used
Yeah,
What-
hounding,
what's-
yeah.
What sucks is I know that he's referring to like us as a collective, which is really dumb.
I was the only one that was talking.
Yeah. It really does suck because like you were the only one that was really in it. Like, I mean, like there was a little bit of stuff behind the scenes that I did and then stepped away from, but you were the only one that like got into it. And it just bothers me that he like has the gall to say that you're farming off of drama when literally, I think to some
That's his
extent,
entire
also-
channel.
exactly, and to some extent, I feel like me, Mizu, and Lumi were kind of inspired by him a little bit when we all decided to make content. I mean, I'm not going to speak
I
for
was
Lumi
too.
since she's not here.
I
but it's-
absolutely was too. And to
Like-
see him go, oh, these bottom feeders have been hounding me for my attention for years, was like, really? Ruth, you're pulling that name, you're pulling the how many followers. Okay, I see now what it is. Numbers just
Yeah.
corrupt people. That's what it is.
it's just
As soon as you have enough people behind you, you feel like you can get away with and say anything.
So I may have fucked something up. I wasn't thinking about it.
what'd you do?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna
Okay.
try and fix it while we
Sounds
talk
good.
on this room.
But yeah, it was just sad because
Okay.
you don't really like, and maybe this is very gay for me to say, but you hold people to standards that maybe they shouldn't be held to, because you imagine that people like Rev would like, at the height he is, at the prestige he is, knowing everything he does, that oh, we lost Mizu for a moment.
I'm trying
but
to
you
figure
would
out how to
assume
fix this. I didn't
you would
plan
assume
this
that
far
he
ahead.
knows what he's doing. And this was something.
No, I think
like,
it was a visceral reaction.
it
To
definitely
be
was.
like, I know Straub did come in and she kind of passive aggressively swung in the Discord, so she was asking for a response. She absolutely was.
Mhm.
But Rev, in his normal human being person saw his girl, quote unquote, threatened or in trouble, and he just jumped without thinking in a way that I didn't think that he would. Because I don't set standards that are higher than they should be. I set standards to what the person said. Like, Rev has set the standard that I hold him to himself. And he did not meet that the other day, and it disappointed me.
Yeah.
It's... And I think it's wrong to just say that I looked at him above being a normal human being. I think for me, it was still just kind of like, I thought he was better than this, because he's had situations in the past that he was able to handle well, and I guess I was just surprised. And yeah, it's very gay of me to say that, I guess, but like,
Oh yeah, super gay.
I don't know.
Deeply homosexual.
It's really funny because, like, recently when I was dealing with the whole Cameron shit, I had a whole bunch of people that aren't VTubers ask me what I thought of Rev, and I was like, he's into lollies, and I might not like it, but I respect him because he stays consistent. And now this has happened. It's just like, all right, I guess, you know, I really don't know what to say anymore.
Well,
Really don't know what to say.
It points to the few times that you guys have actually reached out to Rev. He never appreciated it. Even though you guys are in the same sphere, covering similar topics, and the only times you guys have actually reached out to him was when a similar topic that you guys were both covering was up, you offering him evidence or screenshots or whatever. But it's clear that his statement indicates that, yeah, he doesn't care, or it doesn't view us as we had viewed him, on equal footing in terms of, like, drama reporters, because that's what a lot of us are.
Well, here, I'm gonna show chat exactly what he said, because I thought it was super funny the way he said it, and it also gives me time to, like, fix our rooms a little bit, because I did not plan for the rooms correctly, because I'm very dumb.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's okay.
because I had to edit all the rooms for the new setup, and I didn't plan for it for this setup.
It's
That's my fault.
alright.
But yeah, Chad, he said this to me: keep my and my wife's name out of your mouth, you absolute bottom scraping loser. You and you band of drama thirsting goons sought my approval until today. So funny.
I mean,
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe seeking approval is a fair thing to say, but it's just like, yeah, wouldn't a lot of like legitimately, I feel like it really would, like, if any of his fans that wanted to start creating content looked at this, I feel like a critical thinker would look at this and say, so are you telling me, Rev, that I shouldn't look up to you, that I shouldn't, like, try to emulate you, like that?
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
say
Maybe I'm
it
reading
as
too much
though it's
into
an
it.
insult. Like it's like how pathetic of you to seek my approval. Like, that's how it reads, and I don't think, like, I don't know. It's just bad luck, Rev. Bad luck.
Also, I'll say, chat, because everybody mentioned Will Smith. There have been a lot of Will Smith jokes at his expense.
Yes.
Everybody
Both on Twitter.
immediately
Oh,
said,
yeah, I mean-
you went full Will Smith. Never go full Will Smith.
Yeah, and this happened after your stream, but the Yeet account tweeted about it too.
Yeah, I saw that
I
here.
didn't realize that happened.
One sec, I can pop it up probably.
And I had a theory about it because I know from experience of seeing the Yeet account get into it, that the Yeet account, I believe, is an anti. I believe that the Yeet account is an anti because he at one time blasted Queeman for being okay with lolicons, which is funny because I know that Queeman is not okay with lolicons, even though I know that he's friends with them. But I knew that that Yeet is a heavy anti. So the fact that he tweeted about you and me, Rev, signaled to me that he was trying to find a vector of attack to Rev. That is my Rarat theory.
Yeah,
just
that makes sense.
Just because I know that he is an ant. Like, I pay attention to people when they say little things like that. I just keep them in the back of my mind. So a lot of
gimmick accounts like that tend to be antis. I mean, look at the world updates.
This is I don't really consider it a gimmick account, though, because it's just like the Comment Cop account, which just tweets about drama. Or it's a little similar to us, only it's a faceless individual.
But yeah, Che, here was the Yeet tweet. And you can see them off to the side, what they actually put in their bio. They put in their bio that they are TMZ for streamers. For those of you who aren't American or don't care about celebrities, TMZ is basically like
TMZ is one of the worst freaking tabloid outlets in the world.
It is a tabloid journalism outlet that basically stalks around celebrities to just try and get like any crumb of information on them.
And to be fair, they do a pretty good job at it when it comes to Hassan Piker.
But yeah, they mentioned us, and I actually was taken aback by it a little bit, because if you go through their account, it literally is like massive streamers the whole way through. It's Ethan Klein, it's Hassan, it's iDubbbz, like it's all the really huge accounts. And then he fucking tweets about me and Rev beefing, and it's like, okay, bro.
I mean, hey, you know what that tells me? Tells me you are climbing that ladder. They're trying to pull up behind you, but you're too fast.
TMZ is a hit or a miss, to be fair. Well, yeah, because I don't know exactly how the rules work, but I have seen from people like that left TMZ that the corporate culture there kind of sucks to a degree that they have to have a story when they come back. So sometimes they just make shit up.
Yeah, no, there was the ex-TMZ employer who testified during the Johnny versus Heard trial. That's a perfect example of an ex-TMZ employee showing how they actually operate. They're
that was because Amber Heard gave them
at the end of the day. Yeah, yes, it is, but it shows, and he actually made a. I don't know if he's posting content anymore, but he made a YouTube account and tried to. He tried to launch a YouTube account off of like the 15 minutes of fame from testifying.
That shit wasn't gonna happen.
Trial, it didn't work. yeah, it didn't work. But he did give a lot of industry quote unquote secrets regarding to working on the inner circle regarding TMZ. So whether or not his YouTube career took off doesn't matter to me. He did give me some good insight to the industry.
Also, thank you, Nerdy Texan Accountant, for 5. I've lost respect for Rima, Straub, and Rev. It was just slight criticism, and they went this crazy. Also, head pats for Ava. I think every single super chat's gonna say head pats for Ava.
Yes, and it should, because it gives free head
Mama
pats.
Occo made a good bag with the head pats. I'm not gonna lie, it's an amazing talk.
I had to reset my goal like 3 times that stream.
Hollywood company that has a shitty corpo culture. Mabel, get the vapors. I've been shocked to my ever-loving core. No, that's true. But chat, this was not the story tonight. I just knew people were going to ask, so I felt the need to be like, yeah, this happened, and people are kind of mad at me for it this week, but I don't really care. It's whatever. The story for this week, at least the one that was in the main chat, was everybody's a VTuber, I guess. Lucy Pyre got banned.
I have not heard about this woman until before today.
She
personally.
Is 96K on Twitter.
Yeah, Lucy Pyre showed up in my feed probably about a year and a half ago, back when Cinder and Girl DM and a few other big indies were starting to really rapidly rise. The algo picked her up, but the algo also dropped her for me like a good 6 months ago. I forgot she existed.
Yeah, I guess until it actually happened, I just never knew about her. So it was kind of a surprise to me. I was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, chat. So I would actually say that I knew I could have told you Lucy could get banned from this.
Everybody could.
She shows the picture below it, which is these two. And she's complaining because this is her swimsuit and then this is her bunny suit. And she's like, I show more skin on the bikini model. How is that okay? But the bunny suit isn't. So first off, the reason it's not okay is because Twitch is inconsistent. Another VTuber could do both of these, and both of these could get busted.
Yeah.
The problem that Twitch takes with this is not a swimsuit. Unironically, that is their excuse.
It's not.
That is lingerie, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a swimsuit, but the argument is, for Twitch, this is a swimsuit, and it is normal to see a swimsuit like this, so it is okay to wear a swimsuit. This is closer to lingerie. You are not allowed to wear lingerie.
No.
And she mentions it to somebody below here, where they say one is a swimsuit, the other isn't, and then she quotes this, where it says, bodysuits are permitted. She ignores that this is swims, beaches, concerts, and festivals. This is in the context of swimsuits. I understand this is super stupid, and this is a, like, absolute brain-dead, kind of decision that Twitch makes here.
This looks like a valid ban. It sucks, but
It does.
it is a valid ban.
And we
Now,
know
we
it
would
is,
love
because
it
Twitch has
if
done this before.
enforcement was actually fair and even across the platform, which not, and that's, I think, what a lot of people have a problem with. But, like, this is bannable. I'm sorry. It's just like when Tectone called Frogan, whatever he called her. Like, it was a justified ban. You can't do that shit.
Yeah. Like, people forget that the issue with Twitch is the inconsistent application of the rules. And some of the rules themselves are
And
stupid.
the double standards.
Yeah. And, I mean, some of the rules themselves are stupid, but you have people all the time that just, like, flagrantly break them, and they're like, well, somebody else did it, and they didn't get banned. Why did I get banned? It's like, well, it's still in the rules. You still saw it.
That is... exactly. A whataboutism is not going to protect you from a ban. If you are confronted, and hey, you were banned for this reason, and you go, well, what about this person? They're just going to scoff and then ban you harder. Like, it's not a valid excuse or reason. You could say, okay, I understand and accept my ban. What about these individuals who are also in violation of the rules? Now, it's not so much you trying to excuse your behavior and get out of ban, it's you taking the ban and pointing out the inconsistencies that exist on Twitch.
Yeah. Like, we should
Plus,
be aware at this point that Twitch bans people for this, and that you are rolling the dice on whether or not they are going to ban you.
Yeah, it
Go to
really
kick.
does, like, at this point, I do think it is on purpose. Like, and I've talked about this with Lumi in private, but there are VTubers that actually do it on purpose to get banned because it is a clout thing. And I do believe that, I don't have any proof. I have not talked to anybody that actually knows Lucy, but just based off of the swimsuit or this quote unquote suit outfit, I believe she did it on purpose.
It just seems a little on
personally.
the nose.
Yeah.
It seems very on the nose.
But, chat, Lucy is not the only one to get banned, and unfortunately Ava already spoiled it. Tectone got banned too.
Did I?
He did.
Oh, again?
He did.
Wait a minute, he
7
got banned
days.
again? That's like the third time in 60 days.
He got banned for 7 days.
Do you know what he did,
That
Occo?
might be his longest ban.
I do know what he did, yes. Do you?
No, I didn't watch his video
What
because I
did he
hate
do?
Tectone.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. So, Tectone called Denim's a whore. That's what
Which
he got
she
banned
is.
for
Is
7
that
days
it?
for. That's what he got banned for.
That's all he got banned for.
Which, to
I-
be fair,
I
same thing with the
fine.
Frogan
Person.
thing. It is technically against the rules.
Yeah, exactly. It is exactly. And here's the thing too, like, fine. Kick Tectone off your platform. He's doing far better on Kick and on YouTube.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I
yeah.
understand why Twitch is handing out these bans, but they have to understand that right now they are in a PR crisis to the point where I'm legitimately concerned for the health of the platform in the next year. And everywhere that they could be like, oh yeah, we could be cool about this, we could be measured about this, we can make a change here. No, we're gonna double down and literally drive our biggest creators away from the platform into our biggest competitor.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now, especially now that Asmongold has decided to stream over.
Yeah,
on,
Asmongold and
on there as
Tectone are
well.
both on Kick, and they both revealed that they made tens of thousands of
Shit
dollars
tons.
in just a couple days.
Mizu, do you know how much money Asmongold made in 2 days of streaming on Kick?
I don't.
He made $32,000 on Kick in 2 days of streaming.
Well, it is the gambling platform.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I'm gonna.
It's so funny. A lot of people are like, when is Kick is gonna have an ad pocket? So, guys, you don't understand how the website is run. It's an online gambling website / casino. That is what their revenue stream is.
They
So
have trillions of
advertisers
dollars,
or
well,
all the other
probably millions.
bullshit that you have, they have billions. They easily
Yeah.
have billions. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna sell Raina like all the usual things that you have with YouTube and Twitch, like concerned with advertising friendly and all that. They don't have that at Kick because Kick is footing the bill with their freaking gambling revenue.
No, yeah. So it's just like a lot of people are like, how can Kick like sustain this? And it's just like, because if 1% of the, because here's the thing, if 1% of the individuals that go to that website gamble on it, they can be sustainable forever. So like, Kick is going to be just fine in my personal, like Twitch is like in a bad spot because they are sustained by Amazon and by ad revenue. And losing ad revenue does not look good for Amazon. It's going to make the investors question, and Amazon might have to do something about it. But like Amazon is very shaky in what they have. Kick has gamblers' money, and there is so much of that out there that's going to stake.com that like legitimately, I feel like it would take a while before Kick is like, oh, we have to adjust our model, in my personal opinion.
I mean, I've already decided I'm multi-streaming on. Like, I set up StreamYard for it. I was gonna do a test stream today, but I've decided to do it on another time just because I had everything ready for today's stream.
I heard
the normal
StreamYard
way.
is kind of
But
annoying
yeah,
to use.
like-
It
Is it
depends.
what would be the better one to use?
I use Restream.io. You get 2 free platforms permanently, or if you pay
Restream, okay.
$160 a year, you get up to 5.
I might try Restream then. I just do know it would be a net positive for me to branch out to multi-streaming, especially if I do like Kick and Twitter. I'm not gonna do
Yes.
Twitch, fuck Twitch, but
No, yeah.
I definitely do need to more than one platform.
Well, here's what's also really cool. Even if you don't stream to more than 2 platforms, you can add as many platforms to it and then tick them on and tick them off. So you could have 10 things on there,
Oh,
but
that's
you can
pretty
only
cool.
have 2 ticked at a time. No, yeah. Here, I'll send you a screenshot of what Restream looks like on the back end. Because all you do is you add your URL and the stream key to your Twitch, and that's it. And all you got to do is add the different channels, and you're good to go. By the way, I'm really happy, like 2 years later, everybody's decided they're going to start multi-streaming. Like me, Mizu, Lumi, and a bunch of other people like have kind of been doing it for a while. But now everybody's like, oh, well, if Asmongold and Tectone and all these other people are going to do
it was like 2 years
it.
ago, I remember advice being coming out and saying, hey, if you want to do this, you want to multi-stream. And I
Yeah.
believe as well the magic number for streams is about 4 hours. If you want your stream to do well with the algo, you want it to hit at least around 4 hours. Anything before is almost a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
Which Twitch keeps fucking me on because Twitch keeps disconnecting my streams after 2 or 3 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gross.
Twitch is kind of weird to you. I don't understand it.
Fucking gross.
I mean, Twitch has been doing it to more than just you recently, hasn't they?
I don't know. I haven't seen like any news on it, but the way it is for me is I'll stream to Twitch and YouTube, and after about 2 or 3 hours, Twitch just disconnects and starts up a new stream.
That's weird.
Like it just
And the
straight
reason
up it chooses not to reconnect, even though I have like the disconnect protection on.
Yeah. The only reason I don't is because of exclusivity. Well, there's no exclusivity anymore on Twitch. Twitch does not have any form of exclusivity. They can, quote unquote, can ban you if you have multiple chats in there. But like if you are under, like, if you're not a partner, I don't even think you should worry about it.
Even
if
Mizu
you
is
are a
switching
partner.
to Kick.
Everybody should be streaming on Kick.
I will
There's
make a
chance that
Kick
people-
and I will stream to it tomorrow for Sinner's Tide.
Like, there's a chance that you'll
There you
have an
go.
audience that discovers you on there. Maybe there's a whole bunch of femboys that need a femboy leader on there, Mizu. Oh.
But I didn't get to swap it over because Occo and Ava beat me to it, but I did have Tectone's other post where he talks about going to Kick. Says he's trying to help people become partner on there, I guess, with some kind of like cross-realm thing. Don't have any idea what this is about.
CCV
So-
party.
This is something that Lumi
Okay,
got to take
so-
advantage of. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I mean this is what I actually want to plan an event with my community to see if we can, like my first Kick stream, we get partner.
Well, you need, I think you need like close to 100 CCV.
100
'cause-
CCV.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Exactly.
could get to it.
I could do that, I think.
Yeah, I bet you probably could. I mean, if you get to it, great. But like the idea is if you have 100 CCV on other platforms and you go to Kick and say, hey, this is me, there's a chance that they'll just give it to you. I think I have the unfortunate problem that I started on Kick like a year or two ago and I have a couple hundred followers, but I don't stream there very consistently. So when I emailed them and said, hey, I normally get 200 to 300 CCV depending on my stream on YouTube, they're like, nah, we're not going to do it. And I'm just like, why? They're like, oh, we're not going to tell you why. I was like, okay, I guess I have to go the long way. Yeah, but they gave it to Lumi literally day one. She made an account and was a partner, so I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't get it.
They don't like tentacle people.
I don't know. Doesn't Kick pay you to have people? Yeah, once you're a partner, you get paid to have. You get paid based about on the amount of people that watch you. So Lumi gets paid to stream there if she has viewers. I don't know. She told me she would email them and ask them about like what the fuck's up with that, but like they didn't email her back.
How long ago did you do that email?
About a month ago. What's funny is if Tectone didn't have me blocked, I would ask him after I talked to him, because you know what's funny is like even though I dislike Tectone, I had this thought where it's just like, what if he agreed to do an interview with somebody who's a critic of him? I don't know if he would do that. If he would do that, that would be. Well, then, like, I want to see if I can.
You?
Yeah, so he blocked me 3 years ago. Do you want to know why?
I was about to say, I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me.
Would you want to know why he's blocked me?
Sure.
Because I called him cringe.
Oh, well, he is cringe.
Like, legitimately, that's the.
I will
I
say,
called him
I
cringe
remember
one day.
2 to 3 years ago,
me.
Tectone had far less thick skin when it came to like taking. Like the reason why he hasn't blocked you, Mizu, is because this is Tectone after he's quote unquote changed in his opinion, and he can take and they're as good as he gets in his eyes. 3 years ago, no, you could give him mild criticism and he would block you.
Yeah, so it's just like
I remember that being a problem.
I kind of wish that I had that opportunity to be like, hey, listen, Tectone, I don't like some of the things you do, but I want to meet you in good faith and have a interview with you, basically. I feel like that would be fun.
Fair.
Somebody else got blocked on Twitter by him by 6 months ago.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you didn't block me after the Shy Lily thing.
Yeah, that and like I find it impressive that you guys get blocked by these people. Like I think I got blocked by Earth's updates. That's about it.
Yeah.
But like you guys again all these like nice freaking rare hologram blocks, like Tectone blocks and stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter at that point because like right now, what's weird is right now, even though Tectone is kind of like a bit of a heel, he is becoming like a face that everybody's being forced to look at. Like he's getting up there with Asmongold. He's getting up there with Hassan and some of the other people that are just in the news, and it's because he's gotten
I
to that
will
spot.
say between him and Hassan, I prefer Tectone.
I would agree. I would agree because Tectone is honest, and Hassan lies. So I would agree that I would prefer Tectone because at least he's kind of honest on what he thinks, and I would prefer an honest asshole rather than somebody that tries to lie and pretend to be your friend.
Oh, I think he lies all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
I prefer a.
Oh, you think he still lies?
Oh, I think he lies all the time, constantly. But you could tell with his gacha videos, he does not care. He will say whatever he needs for internet clout.
You think so?
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't watch his gacha videos, so you could be very true about that.
I'm just not interested in watching a lot of people stream.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's only a few people I actually like. Oh, they're streaming. I'll hop in for a while.
Yeah, if I ever get like him to unblock me, I'd just be like, hey, I have issues with you. Would you like to do an interview in good faith? Tectone has flipped a few times on his statements. He has. However, I do think it would just be interesting to say hi. I don't know. Like, I've interviewed controversial people. I interviewed Nyara. We've interviewed Marina collectively. Technically, Tyga was controversial, but for a different reason. But we've interviewed a lot of people, and it's just like, I feel like I could interview Tectone.
I couldn't. I feel like he'd
No,
just
you don't
shout
think
the
so?
whole time. He seems like the kind of person where if you ask him
Yeah,
a question he
I
can't
do
answer,
remember-
he just shouts.
I used to watch the Sick and Egg podcast. There was a little bit of that, but I remember when he got serious and did serious like talks and interviews. He was, he was human. He wasn't what he puts on when he's on stream. He is
fair.
capable of human moments. I will say that much.
I mean, everyone's capable of human
Still,
moments.
it doesn't mean I would. Yeah, exactly.
Ted Bundy was capable of human moments.
Oh Jesus!
I'm gonna send you something, Mizu.
I still wouldn't want to meet him on the road.
Mizu, are we gonna talk about Elon and Trump getting into a fight with each other? Because if so, I got the perfect meme that I just sent you.
I do not care about
Mommy and
Elon and
Daddy are
Trump
fighting.
beefing.
Fair enough. I'll send this to you, Ava.
It's hilarious to me.
It
It's
is.
all politics.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fair,
all
that's
politics.
fair.
I will still continue to collect my accolades, though.
What
I
accolades?
said almost a month ago, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, I said Trump is unhappy with Elon Musk and he's going to be pushing him out. Mark my words. Here we are. Look at where we are. So I was right. Everybody who said I was wrong, I'm here to collect my I was right badges.
I'll give you one.
No, yeah, like Ava called it from a mile away, and she was an early adopter. So the Lolly and the Shota's early adopters, that they're always right. It looks like
Apparently, I'm always right too early.
you are.
You
Well,
really
to
are,
some
Mizu.
people,
I
you're
love
too
it.
early.
I'm just waiting for Cinder to come back and drop like a massive doc exonerating
I hope so.
herself, and then
Dude.
everybody has to apologize to me.
Nobody will. You know that, right? Like, if that happens, you know that Rima's not going to apologize to you. She's just going to see infinitum because she was wrong, and her credibility is going to be ruined because she decided to throw out massive smears without doing any journalism. But
I mean, everybody should be mad at me, yeah, but I don't care.
but you were right.
I'm still batting 100 right now.
You are. You've not. I'm waiting for the Mizu was wrong. Like, I mean, like the.
I'm
The
waiting to
closest-
be exactly. I'm waiting for him to be disproved. He has not been disproven so far.
Yeah, like the closest is just like, oh, Mizu's framing might have been wrong, but it's just like even then, it's just like okay. Mizu
I
was
frame
wrong
my
with how he
shit
chose
however
to
I want.
share it.
Wait, what?
No, what I was saying is, okay, he's wrong because of how he phrased it. Okay, I don't really feel like that matters. So
Rima outed herself as pro-censorship when she went on a tangent about the word simp. I didn't see that.
I don't remember seeing that.
Maybe
would
I
have to
just
see a
got
clip from
distracted
that.
by
Sure,
everything
what-
else.
Listen, there's a lot of shit that
yeah,
like
that seems
until
like
now.
a weird tangent.
Until now, I feel like there was a lot of stuff with her that we either didn't see or kind of just waved off because we were trying to be good faith. Like, do you remember Celestium and how Celestium got into trouble because she was proselytizing in Roblox?
In my defense on that one, I have a
Wait,
2-point
what?
defense. The first point of defense is I genuinely never watched that video. My second point of defense, I technically do think Celestium was wrong for doing that. I'd leave the kids alone. Stay out of the kids' games.
No, I agree.
It's fucking weird.
I agree. I asked her about it, and I can't remember really what her answer was, but I did tell her, I was just like, listen, video games is the wrong place to go talk about Jesus. Trust me, as somebody who used to be a missionary, video games are the last place to go. But my problem is that Rima, now I do have to correct myself because Rima didn't explicitly call her KKK. What Rima said was religious extremists, and I do believe she was referring to Celestium because the entire clip, the entire stream was about Celestium, but she said that religious extremists are one step away from the KKK.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Also, really quick, Magma for the 2. Don't assume my super chat will contain head pats. Lord Kagai for 5. Everyone head pats the Ava, but what about head pats for the Occo or Mizu? Magma for 2. You don't get coins, you get head pats though. And then Alyssus Sorana, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, for 5 CAD. Silly Lawyer Bat gets head pats. Also, have you heard the AI tune about you and Occo? It's Snappy Tango.
Oh no.
I have
send
heard
it
the
or
love
tag us.
song about me and Lumi. And I have heard the country song about all 3 of us shitting on Sylvie and Marina.
That was a good one though.
I still have it saved somewhere.
Yeah. Straub is turning into a Celestium Light. Actually, I have a different anecdote. Straub is turning into another Melanie Mac. I am.
So
So,
I'm gonna give everybody some information that all of you need to know that I think most people don't know. There is a very strange phenomenon with people who are born in religion and live it their whole lives, even if they don't move away from it. They typically have a much more chill and level-headed view of religion. People who convert to religion are typically some of the most extremist people you will ever meet. And if anybody ever openly identifies themselves as a late-age convert,
born again Christian.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, convert, yeah.
anyone who is a late-age convert, you immediately should side-eye.
Well, my mom was a convert.
It's just an identifying red flag.
Yes, and I technically was a convert at 10.
My grandma was a converted person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, dude, she was like full Presbyterian, like people freaking speaking in tongues and exorcisms and like all she went full head first into the crazy shit. She calmed down later in life, but like that's what happens with converts. If someone's raised in it, they're far more measured and nuanced in their approach when it comes to religion and spirituality, but not somebody who's been converted.
Yeah.
They've basically been radicalized. Now that's not all the time.
Yeah, not
But
all
it
converts.
is
Don't
a
judge everybody for
strangely
being
high
a
percentage.
convert. But I am going to side-eye you.
Exactly.
I'm going to side-eye you, and I'm
converts,
especially going to
obviously.
side-eye you if you're a Catholic convert. Because most Catholic converts seem to be the same kind of people that think we need another crusade.
I'll be
They're
honest,
the ones
maybe
who
sometimes they're right.
unironically post the crusade memes, the like loads M14 with religious intent. Like those are the ones we're talking about. That people are legitimately like, for no reason other than, I wish for violence, my lord.
Reminder Toa for 5. Reminder batting 100 means missing 90% of the time. You want batting 1,000. Thank you. I actually don't know anything about baseball. I don't know sports ball at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Akakun for 5. Yes, sadly converting many become extreme. That's why we need less extreme and more head pats.
Exactly.
Found a way to sneak in the head pat.
It's a good one. It's a really good one.
Motherfucker.
I
That was actually a
definitely
good
feel
one.
like I need to give accolades to people that can fit head pats into a super chat very well. That's awesome. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
beautiful.
more clever your slide of head pats in, like the more head pats I'll give.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alyssa Serrana, of course we need another crusade. Have you seen how awesome their outfits were? Thank you for the 5 CAD. We can have a crusade if everybody dresses up and acts like the crusaders from Hellsing Ultimate.
I'm fine with that.
Look, I'm gonna be in a lot of danger if there's another crusade, okay? Like, I'm a vampire and I'm a pagan. Like, Alexander Anderson is gonna be coming for my booty.
I don't think you're strong enough for Anderson to care. Just
No.
stay out of his way, you know?
No, but what I was
I'm
gonna
plenty strong enough. I'm stronger than freaking Saris.
Oh,
Yeah.
you keep telling yourself that.
What I was gonna say really briefly is just like my worry is the next, because like Straub has quit doing ASMR basically. Like she's basically
Yes, she has.
like I've watched her go from doing less and less to doing none, and
I feel
don't
like
know
you
if she's
could do
still
Christian ASMR.
It probably is.
Your
I'd have to
Christian
ask
girlfriend reads the
Celestium.
Bible to you and just have the book really close to the microphone so you can
You know-
hear the pages flipping.
You can
No,
hear the
if-
Tia. Oh my god.
If Straub
You
didn't
hear
hate
like if
us,
the
I would
background
suggest
music is
that.
like old monastery chanting, like oh
No, you just gotta
Straub didn't
play
hate
Ave
us.
Maria really quiet in the background.
If she didn't hate us, I would suggest
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
no, I'm gonna
exactly.
give that to Celestium instead. I'm gonna say, hey Celestium, you should totally do this.
Straub also
She
deleted
deleted-
all her old VODs and old
Yeah,
ASMR
she did.
content.
She did. So, like, here's my prediction, chat. Here's my prediction. Melanie Mack used to be extremely lewd. She used to be extremely out there before she lost her boyfriend and her boyfriend went super gay. My prediction is that Straub is going to go the exact same way. I don't think she's going to quit being a VTuber, but she's going to go super duper hard in the Christian side, where eventually you're going to see her saying that we need to ban porn. I feel like that's what the end game is for her. I don't think she realizes that yet, but that's the way she's going. She's just going to become another Melanie Mack, which will be hilarious because Rev has done videos about how cringe Melanie Mack is, and so I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. She's already gotten in trouble with how she's decided to be a Christian, and it's just like, you're gonna fucking
Do we
make
want to
people so
roll
annoyed
dice on how long it takes for Rev and Straub to go so hard on their religion that they become
We've already
antis?
done it. Oh, like anti Lolly and anti Shota. Oh my gosh, dude. You know,
Do we think it would
might-
happen? Do we think it
I
conflicts enough with their religion that it would happen?
Well, I definitely know that Lolly and
I
Shota
think that
conflicts
could
with
be a
religion.
chasm created between Rev and Straub.
I don't know. I definitely think it is.
I don't know, I think he'd pull an
Not someone
iDubbbz
getting
and he'd
more
just
and
go
more
along with
religious
her.
and more into the
You think
Christian
so?
stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think that would be the challenge line for Rev, and it would be up to Rev whether or not he pulls the iDubbbz or he actually like pushes back enough where it creates a problem in the relationship. But I don't know. I think it would require somebody to have a problem in a minute, and I don't see Rev getting there before Straub does. I see Straub getting there with how far into the Christian stuff she's getting.
I
Yeah,
gotta
she's already
say
doing her
this, because
stuff,
somebody in
so-
chat said Rev wouldn't do it. I just have to tell you, chat, the old adage always rings true. I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker. You don't need any pussy.
I think the Kiwi Farms is looking for it too. The Kiwi Farms is
Absolutely
waiting
accurate.
for it. But no, like
Guys
I
are
am legitimately.
stupid. If a guy gets sexually desperate enough and he finally meets one girl that puts out, he will immediately become the male version of a skinwalker, which I don't think we have a term for yet, but we need to think
No,
of
we
one.
do. It's the iDubbbz effect. You just call them another iDubbbz, literally.
Yeah, but I want like
but
a,
no.
cause
Yeah, you wouldn't pull an iDubbbz.
I want like a name to use for it though, cause like for women we call them skinwalkers.
Just call them Jamas.
Although some people call them pick-me's. I think pick-me is a really lame term. Skinwalker is so much better.
Mm-hmm. Just call them the
I've been called a
Jamas.
pick me.
Well, you are a pick-me.
Pick
How
me
dare.
up.
I mean, you're small
Oh,
enough I could
well,
pick
if
you
it's
up.
uppies, and that's entirely different. That's entirely different. I'm always up for uppies.
It was a pick-me-up.
Yeah. But no, my thoughts are that it definitely could go that way. And if he does that, he is really going to ruin his brand, because a lot of what he did is focusing on freedom of speech and don't touch that lolly. And I think that it definitely could go in that direction. If it does go in that direction, I'm never going to let that motherfucker live it down. So
I've noticed Revhead slow stopped making vids calling out people for being hypocrites about Lolly. Maybe. I'd have to like
I think
math
that's
it
the
out.
natural ebb and flow of his
You know what?
videos.
keep talking. I'm going to take a look at
But-
his channel.
So Toa says for
Recently,
5.
I will say it's been a lot less about the Lolly stuff.
Toa for 5, it's pride. It's them saying, I'm saved now. I'm the only person who can save everyone else. And then Lord Kagai for 5 just says goal complete. Because that is 10 super chats. So thanks a ton, guys.
Boom. Thank you guys so much.
Make another goal. More head pats.
Make
Yeah,
another
we'll go
goal.
for
Just,
head pats.
just
Make
head
another
pats.
goal.
Yeah. Make it. Just say.
Head
fill
pat
the goal
the
for
elf.
head pats.
Set that back.
I just.
I'm gonna scroll until I find a video where he's defending a lolly, and Gura doesn't count because Gura is a VTuber lolly. Let's see. Let's see. A lot of his most recent stuff.
That type of
is
content
about
has slowed
Hassan.
down. Hold on. Azahara mentions a good point. That type of content has slowed down due to likes not being public, hence it's harder to call it out. Rev actually made a video about this and said, basically these kind of videos are going to slow way down because it's so much more difficult to detect hypocrisy on Twitter the way he used to through just looking through some with likes.
I thought that he said that like that wouldn't be necessarily the case because you can still look through people's reposts and he said your reposts are public too. So
True, but
I'm
a lot
little
of people,
confused by that.
like I repost far less than I like. And
Yeah, I don't
remember him
repost a lot
literally
either.
saying this type of content is over because they took away this feature on Twitter. And like he made a whole video, basic guys, it's over. We can't do
Okay.
this kind of
So,
content anymore. I remember the video.
Here's the issue with like
first-
repost, because a lot of like actual creators on the platform won't do repost because reposts typically hurt your like ranking in the algorithm. It starts to treat you as less of a creator and more of like an actual just regular Twitter user. And the other problem with that is that means a lot of who he would call out were typically like bigger people that actually mattered to some degree. The people that are reposting the most are typically small accounts that's 99% of what they do is just spam repost.
No, that's fair. That's extremely fair.
So he would
Yeah,
only
and I
really
will
be
say,
able to
too,
cover people that didn't
Like
matter.
the lolly well is kind of dried up right now.
But like I feel like
I
I'm
think it's
sure
coming
there will
back.
be eventually some event. Oh, there will be, but it's always cyclical. But I think right now it's just the bitty cat stuff.
which did he even
Since
cover the
that,
Bitty Cat
We've
stuff?
kind of had a slowdown.
We didn't
I think
because
he
it's
did,
too
yeah.
confused.
Actually, yeah, he
We-
did.
No, but did he?
Oh,
Yeah, Rev did, Cat. Yes, he did.
He did. Okay.
But since then, we haven't had a really big to-do event. Like the Earth updates and Bitty Cat kind of happened at the same time. He made videos on both, and I think like the next big event or disparaging. I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't talked about the SB Bill 20 in Texas, given it passed both the Senate and House of Representatives. It just
Well,
needs
that's
to be signed
because-
into law now.
That's because you've talked about this before. It's not the bill that people think it is, and maybe that's why he's not talking about it, because he's smart enough to know. Because not everybody is smart enough to know, but I think he probably is smart enough to know that bill is not what it actually says it is.
I'm gonna be completely rude,
That's true.
and I'm allowed to be rude because he was rude to me. I think
fair.
he's too stupid to know the implications of it.
That's fair.
So
Because
I'm
here's the
scrolling.
thing, I wasn't taking this bill seriously until it passed the House and the Senate. Now it just needs to be signed into law, and now I do believe it'll be challenged, but I do think somebody's going to be, like, someone's going to try to prosecute with this law before it gets challenged and struck down, and it's going to cause some problems.
Probably, yeah. I can see that.
That wasn't my view. That wasn't my view beforehand when it was just a Senate bill that just passed the House of Representatives, but it's passed its other hurdles, and now it just needs to be signed into law. So now it is an issue.
Okay, so I've been scrolling back on his channel. I have encountered two videos that don't count like well, I guess Gagura does count in this one because of the individual that mentions her, but like there was a mention of Gura.
What, Brittany Venti?
Yeah, it was a Brittany Venti. And then
Sorry.
Oh, Sid the
scrolled-
Sloth.
I knew it!
like-
I fucking knew it!
Yeah, Brittany Venti is the exception
Holy
to the
shit.
Gura rule. And then it's Catliente and the Lollipop girls. So, like, I scrolled back 10 months, and there really is very little mention of Lolly. So, he has slowed down quite a lot on Lolly. And to be honest with you, he slowed down quite a lot on call-out posts, too. Like, he still occasionally does them, but a good chunk of his stuff is just reporting the news now. It's not drama. It's reporting the news, which, you know,
That's
I guess,
true. You're right.
I guess you could say that he moved from an industry heel to a news reporter. But like, yeah, I don't think that
I
it
don't
would
know.
be
He's still,
accurate to.
you know what? He's a drama reporter. He's
but, like-
still a heel to me, just because I mean, like some of the things he's reporting on are news, but a lot of it is still like it's like content. It's sure it's not VTuber related drama, but it's content creator drama. It's still just drama.
Yeah.
Like he's been reporting on the iDub shit like mad. He's been reporting on the Hassan shit like mad. And this again, it is reporting a little bit better than what he used to do, but it is still drama.
That's
I
fair.
want there to be a fourth category because I know Armchair had his 3 categories, but I don't
wanna show
like that the
that?
third category is just like drama reporter heel. Because I think there are a lot of people
I
that
feel
do the
like-
drama reporter thing that specifically only choose hot topics that are acceptable to talk about. And I
those
don't
would
think you
be,
can be
Yeah.
heel with that.
Yeah.
Well, those would be news reporters or friendly neighborhoods.
No, news reporter would be different.
that's
News
Friendly
reporter would
Neighborhood.
just be like reporting out, and friendly neighborhood is supposed to be more of like an advocacy kind of thing, reporting on the good of the community to a degree.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Actually, you're
And
right.
teaching lessons.
I want a somebody
So,
who is
like, what, a
intentionally
safe-
antagonistic. So they're technically a heel, except they only cover stuff that everyone already agreed was okay.
And who would you put into that
Yeah,
category?
Calientes, basically.
Caliente
Like,
kind of
what-
counts, yeah. I would
Well,
think Rev counts.
You would say that Rev counts?
I think
So it
these
would
days
be-
he counts.
So you're saying a subcategory of industry heel. So like there's industry heel A and B. There's A, which is
The
us, and
industry
then there's
shen.
B, which is Rev.
There's true heel and then there's safe edgy
Yeah.
heel.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Exactly.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
like
there,
I'm sure
there
that
are a lot of
armchair
kids.
would.
I mean, we saw how softly people handle the Cinder situation. Like, people were not asking proper questions whatsoever. It was
Including
ridiculous.
Rev?
I'm like, this isn't even including Rev. Yes, including freaking Rev, including to an extent legal mindset. Even
The
Like,
only
he took a
benefit I
quick
will give
glance at
legal
it, he didn't look at it
mindset
deep,
is
but
all he did was he talked about the legal stuff. Like he did not
Yeah.
touch on
yeah, but then he
anything.
mentioned Cinder's manager torturous interference.
I actually did say when
I'm not sure if I agree with that.
yeah, no, somebody sent me Legal Mindset's video and I watched it and I was like, I'm not sure I 100% agree. Like even from like a
Yeah,
legal
me too.
perspective, I'm not 100% sure you would get it through.
It's possible,
But
and
anything's
it's an argument
possible
that
in
can be
law.
made, but it's not a strong one to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. To me, it's not a strong argument for tortuous interference. I think maybe it's closer to the line than people would be comfortable with, but I don't think it crosses it.
I also think
No.
I'm sorry we're getting off topic on this chat, but I am obsessed with this because I don't think I've actually talked about this on stream before. But I think he is a little iffy on saying that the VTuber would always be responsible for what their manager did, because that's not technically the case from what we've seen in the past with, like, you know, Hollywood celebrities have managers that manage all their shit for them. And sometimes, depending on the situation, when shit rolls downhill, it specifically only hits the manager and the celebrities just kind of let off. Because there is
Well, I
something
think
to be
that's because
said
they're
about
famous.
when you hand over like power of attorney or whatever to another person and that person fucks up on your behalf, sometimes it just isn't your fault and the court kind of takes acknowledgement of that in some cases.
The court can be more lenient on you, but they do still recognize like the personal responsibility of you needing to have, like, unless you have a like a Britney Spears thing on you where you're in a conservatorship and would, like, you literally have been basically determined by the state you can't make decisions by yourself.
I don't know
The
how they
court
got
does
her in
still
that for
hold
so
some
long, by
amount
the
of
way.
personable accountability. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's a wild. Like, that's actually a case I've been meaning to, like, look into. I just know it's so big and so complicated. I'm like, I'm gonna fall into a rabbit hole for like a month researching that. So I'm waiting for when I have time to do that.
I don't
But,
think you can be
um,
made
when
happy,
it comes to
Mizu. There's
people
always going to be
who, the
something you
client
won't
and
like.
manager.
You guys missed my fantasy live stream. I was like a kid in a fucking candy store.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good, me just super happy. Like most of the time.
Yeah, I'm a good boy. I've said it on Twitter before. The problem isn't that I'm mean. It's that everybody else is so mean that it's hard for me not to be mean.
I mean, the thing that people have to understand as well is, like, the VTuber sphere, a lot of people try to be uber nice to each other, and it's just like, when you try to create a space where nobody's allowed to be mean, if somebody pushes back or is outwardly or frontly mean, because let's be fair, a lot of people in the VTuber scene, even though they are quote-unquote nice, they're not nice. They're actually extremely mean as well. They just do a decently well job at hiding it. Mizu's the only one that's 100% out front all the time. Like, I won't even say I'm 100% out front because I try to be nice to some of the people I like, but like Mizu's willing to just be out there and be mean. And people aren't used to that, and people don't like that because it's different to them, is kind of like the impression that I got from studying it.
I'm not negative, chat. I'm a realist.
I was going to say cynic or a realist, but that works as well.
I like going with. I don't consider myself a cynic. Cynics are annoying people.
That's fair.
Anybody who self-identifies as a cynic is probably the most insufferable person you will ever meet, next to an atheist, a vegan, and a cyclist.
Mhm. We need more mean
I
people
love how you just
online.
randomly added cyclists there.
Look, if you are a cyclist,
it's
you are
accurate, it's
annoying as
true.
fuck.
No, I agree. Have you,
Yeah,
have
no,
you seen that
I know
cyclist
exactly the type
subreddit?
of people you're talking about.
I watch videos of cyclists like intentionally running into somebody's car, and they're like, "Well, they wouldn't have had the right of way, so they technically ran into me." Like, no, they didn't. You had like 10 minutes to stop, and you ran face first into that car. That's your fucking fault. I'm sorry, I hate cyclists. Anyways.
No, you're good. You're good. No, but I just think that the VTuber scene or sphere is just, they don't like it when somebody isn't 100% trying to be positive. And so, and that's why partially a lot of people hate drama tubers. I mean, like, there's the safe, edgy ones, but like, people don't like it when you're super mean. And I think that's why people revile Mizu. And it really bothers me because I had, and I'll talk about this when I talk about them, but like somebody told me, it's just like, you don't want to be the person that everybody walks into the room and starts groaning because it's you. And it's just like, well, maybe some people in the VTuber scene need that. Maybe some people need to like feel a little uncomfortable with me talking about things that are
Honestly,
uncomfortable.
if I walk into the room and everybody groans, I'm glad.
Mizu, you ever see the video of
Because it
100
means I'm about
cyclists
to drop a
crashing
fucking
into
egg
a
and
parked car because they didn't want to break from the pack? I've not. I want to see that, though.
Please
My
send that to
favorite
us.
one-
Can we get a link to that, please?
My favorite one, and you guys have probably seen it
sounds
before,
amazing.
is a guy has like a private road next to his house, and a bunch of cyclists
Oh,
just
yes.
considered it like public property. So one day he set up a fence, and then he set up a camera to look at the fence, and just constantly, day after day, cyclists run full speed into his fence and knock themselves out.
Yeah, I saw that. It was amazing. And they can't
That's
do anything because
hilarious.
it's private property.
Well, it's not even like a small fence. It's not like a trap. It's a huge F-off fence that's like neon colored, and they run into it over and over again. And it's like, are you
'Cause they don't pay
stupid?
attention.
No, they are
Don't
extremely
be stupid.
But real quick, Festivia for 2, Plap the Elf with head pats, firm head plaps even. Lord King Gundam for 2, Ava's not a
Yo.
pick me, she's a head pat me. Akakun for 5, with many of these controversies and topics, we have to get a head pat out of the time between content gathering and posting to ensure longevity.
Oh my gosh.
And Magma Fox for 5, if I remember
I'm so
correctly.
sorry, guys.
On Armchair Stream on Cinder, Legal Mindset did pop in and say that Nano has her own agency in her dealings, like Ava with her head pats. And Toawa for 5, the law of man says the cyclist pedestrian has the right of way, the laws of physics says the giant moving hunk of metal has the right of way.
I agree. So when I
So
used
no,
to
the
drive
law
for
of man
Amazon,
does not say that the cyclist or pedestrian has the right of way. Now, to be fair, it does say that, but there's an asterisk there because it has to be reasonable.
Yeah.
If a pedestrian just fucking bolts out in the middle of the road, guess what? You don't have the right of way, and it's your fault you just got hit and did a triple fuck flip before landing on your face.
The law of
yeah.
man also says
And I
the
promise
cyclist
you, the
needs to
law
obey the
and the
rules.
judge will go, dude. Yeah, exactly. I've seen so many judges rule against cyclists because cyclists are so fucking pretentious in how they think. It's like, and I hate to say this, but it's my family law background. It's like the women who think that it's against the law for a man to hit them, but for some reason they're allowed to hit men. No, bitch, it's illegal across the board.
Yeah.
yeah.
The one that always gets me is cyclists that don't realize, that'll be like, oh, you guys need to obey the rules of the road and treat us like a car. And then the judge is like, okay, why did you run 20 red lights in a row? Like, well, I'm on a cycle. I don't have to obey red lights.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good one. That's actually
Yep.
fucking perfect.
It's fantastic. Oh my gosh.
So many
Yeah.
videos of cyclists weaving in between cars to try and bolt through a red light just to get T-boned in an intersection.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you... It's a red light. And he's like, but I'm on a cycle. It's a fucking red light, bro. You expect all the cars to just know you're there and stop?
It reminds me,
And
so
here's the thing:
like,
if cyclists are supposed to share the road and they have right of way, they also have to obey any signs or signals to indicate that they yield to traffic, including a red light.
yeah. It reminds me of when I used to work for Amazon. I drove these gigantic box trucks. They're called commercial vans. And they are mostly metal. And there was a time where a guy tried to run out in front of me, and I was like, dude, you realize, and this was a guy in a car, a little tiny Corolla or something. I was like, do you realize that my car will literally squish you and there will be nothing left? It is that heavy. So don't do that.
So
and then the step vans have it worse.
So somebody mentioned the video of a cop pulling over a group of cyclists and giving one a ticket. If anybody can find this video, I will love you. There's a video of a cop who's trying to pull over a cyclist, and I guess he's like a cyclist / sovereign citizen or something, because he's like, you can't pull me over, this isn't a car, you're not allowed to do that. And the cop just shouts out the window, he's like, I'm gonna pit maneuver you if you don't stop. He's like, you can't pit maneuver me, that only works on cars. And he just like barely taps the cyclist with his car and he immediately hits the ditch, because obviously he fucking does.
Oh no.
I'm like, you know what, I'm not one to support road pirates in their endeavors.
Look.
But that's really fucking funny.
Sovereign citizen. Like I found out the worst type of person. Ready? A vegan sovereign citizen cyclist.
Oh, I saw one of those in court. They might not have been a cyclist, but they were a vegan sovereign citizen. I love watching sovereign citizens in court, even though it also angers me because I know they're in that courtroom like 50 times a week with some bullshit.
What I love about sovereign citizen courtroom ones is when the judge like plays their game and like beats them at their own game.
Oh,
it's like the judge is being so kind and fair to do it that way, like because they could just throw you in for contempt of court or whatever. But now he's like, okay, so what name are you going? And like there's this one clip of this judge doing like the guy comes out and introduces himself as a sovereign citizen with the most like ridiculous word salad you've ever seen. Like the person currently standing here is known as blah 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 blah, and so the judge returns with that exact rhetoric verbatim, like instant, and it's just like the most amazing. The sovereign citizen didn't know what to do. He's just sitting there, his mouth open like, oh shit, I've been outplayed.
My favorite one, and I'm pretty sure this judge could get in trouble for this, but this sovereign citizen had been in his courtroom like literally 70 times at this point, and he was annoyed. And the guy was like, you can't do this to me, I'm a sovereign citizen, that means I am my own nation. And the judge says something along the lines of, well, I guess we're at war with you then, and we're going to take you as a POW.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And he's just like, bailiff, take him away, I'm done.
Mizu, watch Sovereign Citizens tomorrow. That's your content.
If we do, I have to watch that one girl that gets pulled over, and she's like, I am a sovereign citizen, and that means that none of the laws of the U.S. apply to me, but I get all the benefits. And then she immediately gets tackled, she starts screaming rape.
Actually, watch
Sovereign Citizens tomorrow.
Criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers just released a 38-minute video of him reacting to Sovereign Citizen videos. I might look at some of those ones. Because
Mr. Medicare has a set. He
some
does.
really good ones.
He does.
Well, that judge basically went, then you don't have the rights of a U.S. citizen. Exactly.
Exactly. If you're not part of the U.S., then you don't get the benefits of the U.S. It should be like, all right, where do I deport you to?
Well, here's what's funny. What the judge did there was entirely appropriate because of the Foreign Enemies Act of 1798.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so you're illegally in the United States.
Yourself as a foreign nation, you are not here legally. You are an invading factor. Yet, absolutely, that is an act of war, and I will respond as such. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's like bad move, dude.
It's just so funny, and they don't think about it. They're just like, no, it's fine. I could just say whatever I want. It's like, okay, if you think
Honestly, the episode of Family Guy Pretoria is a great fucking look into the idea of a sovereign citizen. Like, what one would actually... no, even better is what actually happened a few years ago. Does anybody remember the Chicago Autonomous Zone?
Yes.
There were a couple autonomous zones.
Chaz.
Chop.
Chaz, Chop.
Chop or Chaz?
Chop.
Yeah, Chaz. I think it was
both
Chaz.
of them.
It was taken over by a literal gangster, like warlord style.
Yeah.
Chaz was
That's
the
what happens when your sovereign citizens try to establish.
Chaz was Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. And
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah, I can't remember what shop was. There were actually 3 different autonomous zones, chat, but one of them only lasted a day because the people in that city did not give a shit, and they immediately had police day 1 run their fade.
Just yeah. What I loved about Jazz is there was a point where like there was a shooting or robbing or something, and they called out to the police, and the police was like, "Hey, that's a sovereign territory. We can't go over there." Like the cops literally abandoned them. I'm like, yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
get.
that's what's gonna happen. It's just like, hey, fuck the police until I need the police, you know?
Toa for 5, sovereign citizens say that the system is like the Matrix, and they're not entirely wrong. They also say that they're Neo, and in that they are entirely wrong. My favorite one is, if you ever watch Sovereign Citizens, they always call police road pirates, which A, way cooler name for
Yeah.
police than they deserve. But B, okay, so the police are a road pirate. Do you think if you just say, nuh-uh, they're gonna let you go? Like, have you not thought this through?
Yeah, it's way cooler of a name than any cop deserves.
Yeah. Or when people
A
say,
road
like,
pirate?
the
Come
U.S.
on,
is a
man.
fascist dictatorship, but they have the secret
Jesus,
code
yeah.
word to make the police leave them alone. It's like, okay, if our country is a fascist dictatorship, do you actually think saying no you in court just gets you a W? You don't understand. The fascist dictatorship just has a
People don't
code word,
understand.
and if you know it, they let you off
Like
of all
fascist
crime.
dictatorship, like the definition of a fascist regime is a one-party controlled state. I'm sorry, but we have 3 branches of government. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Speaking of fascism, I got called a fascist because I like Mr. Medicare.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Honey.
Let me find the comment.
Based?
Because it's on my YouTube channel. It was on the me talking about Niara again. It was either me talking about Niara or posting the full interview. But someone was like, "You're fascist."
You are.
Let's see if I can. Find
I agree with them, Occo.
Why do you think I'm?
Yeah,
why do
you're
you think I'm
your Hugo
fascist?
Boss uniform, made and done up.
Yeah, I've seen your outfit that you keep in your room.
Oh, here it is. Ew, a fash, cringe. Niara's cool though, and I was like, I'm a classical anarchist, thank you. And they're like, you wear Mr. Medicare. Nice deflection.
Here, real quick, I wanna show this to chat because it's probably my favorite. Sov sit adjacent meme. I love this one. Also, I'm streaming to you guys. You guys should be able to see it.
Yep, I see it. Yes, that's adorable. That's funny.
This one's saved
is
on my
so
computer.
cute.
I love it. Am
It's the
I being
best.
detained, officer?
Ossifer.
Also,
my being?
before we get way too off topic, we had exactly one more subject tonight, guys. And apparently, karma came for some people early, I guess. Because even though she managed to cancel Cinder, she immediately went to an event and got herself doxxed. So,
Oh,
Apparently.
accidentally. So,
Yeah,
Shy Lily.
Here's an
Shy
Yeah.
Lily was at an event, and there was another streamer named Little Miri that was streaming it. They were doing IRL, and just for full context, Shy Lily was basically doing a bow where she had a mask over her face. And this girl apparently, like, one of her friends was like, she was shutting it down a stream, but one of her friends like captured a bit of Shy Lily, and it ended up on the VOD. And Shy Lily was like privy to this knowledge and like asked the person to remove it in public. And it has led to now a bunch of people. This tweet, by the way, the tweet is gone. By the way, you can't see this tweet anymore. It's disappeared. But she basically attacked this individual instead of going into the DMs. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, that sounds about right for Shy Lily because she doesn't know what DMs are. She doesn't know how to DM people. She doesn't know how to get into contact with people.
oh no,
So,
Occo, it's what I told you earlier. Messaging somebody privately to resolve it only applies when it's to her. When it's to other people, you're supposed to do a public call out and get clout off of it.
This is true. This is very true. I'm waiting for people to get upset
Look,
at me for saying that.
I'm going to say right now, I feel extremely bad that Shy Lily feels like she's been doxxed, but you went to a public event where there are cameras and shit everywhere. You're outside. I'm sorry. I know you want to expect a certain amount of privacy, but it's unreasonable too in this situation. It's why I don't go to events, and I'll go to events only virtually, because even in the eyes of the law, this doesn't count as doxing. This doesn't count as like the two-party consent state thing. Like if this was in California, you're in public. You're in a very large event where a lot of people are recording. There's no way that you can reasonably expect privacy in this kind of situation. I do feel bad that this person did not adhere to your requests. But
I don't even think it was on purpose.
they don't really need to.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't even on
accidentally
purpose.
included by like their editor.
But yeah, like the entire situation is like before Cinder, I don't think Shy Lily ever did this. Where she just comes out in public and does this kind of stuff. The closest that Shy Lily ever got to responding to something was Small Lola, and she didn't address them by name. She didn't even like get on them. Because I remember that situation, and we all thought maybe this is the time where Shy Lily's going to come out and say something. She didn't say something.
We all did.
But now
I said specifically she never would because she didn't have to.
that's fair.
That's something I
fair.
think a lot of people forgot, because I had a couple people bring up the Small Lola situation, and they were like, so, like, this is proof that if something like this happens, Shy Lily is going to be the bigger person and not say anything. The reality is...
And apparently, Shy Lily's actually been doing live events for 1 or 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, then what the fuck is she complaining about? I'm surprised pictures of her haven't leaked sooner then.
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's
She did the
sake.
same to
Sorry,
a chick who
continue.
took a pic with her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, this has happened before. And every time
Has it
she does,
really?
like, the angry dox, like, don't dox me, how dare you thing. Like, it just... She's so dumb
I'm sorry,
about
this is not a good look.
No, it's not a good look. It's not a good
one,
look.
reach out to the party that you have a problem with privately first. Don't make a public Twitter call. 2,
Yeah.
you have no reasonable expectation of privacy in a public event. I'm sorry. As much as that's shitty, you just don't.
Yeah, so you don't go to the public event.
No, yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
But no, my comment, I left a comment on Twitter where it's just like, and I guess this is a question, whether or not you guys think this is bullying, or close to bullying, because somebody DM'd me and they're like, you can't really call this bullying, and my personal opinion was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's unintentional, but I do kind of feel like it is bullying, where she could have reached out and DM, because I checked this Miri person. You can DM them. They have open DMs, so that's not an issue. So she could have DM'd them, and resolved this in private. But I don't think she knows how to do that. In my personal opinion, she just like is now used to calling people out, and now this is just gonna happen more and more. That's my opinion. I might be completely wrong, but
I don't know with the doxing thing, this isn't the first time she's done it with the calling them out publicly. So I think this one's sort of like a special case for her where she'll continually do this.
I mean, that's fair. But like the other problem that that you come across when you want to bring up something like, and this is something I've gotten on people for a lot. Granted, I don't know how I would respond in this situation, but when somebody doxes you, the last thing you want to do is go out in public and say, X person doxed me. This is exactly where to find it. Because that's exactly what Shy Lily did. Now, I'm pretty sure by the time that like she commented on this, the VOD was removed. Or quickly removed. But we have absolutely no idea if pictures of that have been saved or if clips of that have been saved. And if that's the case, there ain't no fucking thing you can do about it, Shy Lily, because you put yourself out in public. So I can't feel bad for somebody. Like I just can't feel bad. I can sympathize with you, but I can't feel that bad. I just can't. So
yes, this does feel to be like a bully tactic because she's handling. It's like the bully who decides to confront, quote unquote, confront somebody in the playground in front of everybody. So because that's the real goal here. the audience, the clout, the grift.
Somebody said it has. It's on the farms.
Oh, is it on the farms?
I mean, I figured.
All right, you continue.
Oh no, that's all I had to say. I think she's super dumb for getting involved in this. I think she's
I
not as
agree.
nice as she portrays herself as.
No, and that's going to happen more and more because already, like, under the comments of this, you had people that were being sympathetic, but you had a lot of other people that were, like, bringing up Cinder and how she acted towards Cinder. So, kind of funny.
Yeah, so I actually think there's going to be a kind of change in the Cinder thing.
Mhm.
And I want to get y'all's opinion on it, but I don't think I've ever had a chance to ask Armchair this. But this is kind of something I think that he might have wrong. Maybe not wrong is the right word, but maybe something he just hasn't considered as a possibility. So when there is a fight like this with two very passionate sides, right? Like normally with drama like this, people aren't passionate. They're like, oh, my Oshi's fighting somebody else, whatever. The other person doesn't matter, just my Oshi matters. But Cinder, for all intents and purposes, is still gone. So as far as the people who are on Cinder's side are concerned, Shylily killed Cinder. You know, for all intents and purposes, not literally. And I think...
Yes, he metaphorically killed Cinder's career.
Metaphorically killed Cinder. So Cinder still has a bunch of passionate fans. Well, on the Shylily side, Shylily has, for all intents and purposes, won. So as time goes on, they stop caring about the Cinder drama. Because why would they care about the Cinder drama? It's over, Shylily won. However, on the Cinder side, Cinder's quote-unquote killer is still roaming free. So they will forever continually be passionate about it until Shylily is brought down.
Oh, okay.
So
Or she concedes and apologizes.
You're gonna see Shylily's support dwindle naturally because they don't feel like they need to support her. And you're going to see Cinder's support slowly overtake it because they're gonna get madder and madder that Shylily has not been brought to justice in their eyes. And this is not like me speaking on one side or the other, like who's right and who's wrong. I think this is a natural progression when we're dealing with people of this size. I think with smaller people, there is just kind of it fades out and it goes away.
I agree. I mean, like, for the most part, it basically has. And Cinder has done, in my personal opinion, the correct thing when this kind of drama happens. And that is to say the fuck nothing and stay away. I don't know when she's going to come back. Maybe it'll be in a couple of months. Hell, maybe she'll be gone for an entire year. God only knows. But the moment that she comes back, she is going to have a party waiting for her. People don't care at this point. People don't care what she's done. People are like, I'm already forgiving her.
For Cinder, by the way.
I'm hoping that I get an interview. Like, I reached out to the mods of her Discord server, and they're like, we have no contact with her. So I guess they don't have any contact with her. However, they did tell me that if they do, they'll pass along the message, which is great because I would like the chance to talk to her. Because I told them, I was like, I have been critical, but I would like to have a fair interview with this person. I would like to sit down and talk to them. Just like Tectone, even if I dislike them or dislike the things they do, because there's a lot that I dislike about what Cinder did, I still feel like it is fair to sit down in an unbiased territory and talk to them. So that's what I would like to do. And if I get that opportunity, I will 100% fucking take it, and Mizu will be allowed to come along.
Yeah. I kind of want to go over this.
Absolutely not. I'm giving Mizu... listen, I'm bringing Mizu up right behind. I'm carrying him. He's like my +1. I'm carrying him in the purse.
So I kind of wanted to float this with chat, but this is something I've talked about in private with you guys, is I really liked Armchair's video on everything. However, I had the opinion not that he was wrong, but that there was more he could have said that I don't think he necessarily considers. And the example chat I gave Occo and everybody the other day is he frames like public spats as if two sides have like HP bars basically that are they're like fans or they're how people view them, basically the clout they have, and that you have to spend some clout in order to damage somebody else's clout. And it becomes kind of like a little back and forth game of what can you say to discredit your opposition the most without wearing out your own fan base so they stop caring about you.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I think he could have added to that is I believe that even though you can diminish your clout completely, but by the nature of the internet, I think you can always damage the other person's clout no matter how far you fall. So once you actually push somebody's clout below the line where nobody is listening to them anymore, they have no purpose in life other than to damage yours as much as possible, and it is completely possible for them to do that.
Yes, which is kind of what happened with you when it came to Rima.
Well, yeah, I use myself as the example because there's so many people in the VTubing space that just hate me so much that I don't care if my clout bar is below the line of being taken seriously. I will continue to spit my shit.
You can still light. That's the thing, is like you can still light a match and you can still cause damage. The question is whether or not they're actually going to give it credence. And the funny thing is, based off of what I heard, they're going to give it credence and they're going to respond to it. So it's just like, you're biting it. Is just like, could have ended a long time ago, but you're deciding to bite. So, okay.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing to me.
Well, the reason I brought it up.
Fish that you are, like, are you a bait fish? Because you are so easily baiting much bigger creators.
Well, the reason I brought it up was because I said, like, a lot of big creators really need to be more careful with how badly they damage somebody. Because when you put somebody below that line of clout, you kind of back them into a corner where the only choice they have is to lash out at you.
Now they have nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose, and they have all the reason to lash out at you. And nobody ever considers that, and they're like, yeah, I basically ruined them, so now they're just not going to say anything, and they're just going to accept defeat. Yeah, most people don't do that. Most people get angry when they get pushed to that point.
To be fair, Mizu, most people aren't you either. Because, like, most people don't have the understanding of how to go back. You have the knowledge and understanding of Gamergate, which most of these people don't.
I have to...
So...
Well, first off, I have to read this super chat because it's a super chat. But I want to read this one right now specifically because it's a reference that I think everybody in here will get. Massive Doge for $4.99. Mizu, are you pulling a Tim Pull? Will there really be a civil war between Shylily and Center? For those of you who have never watched Tim Pull, he did he used to be like an actual journalist, and then he just kind of did his podcast thing for a long time until he got in a fight with a porn game and lost. Somehow. But
did you say he got in a fight with a porn game?
He got in a fight with a porn game and lost. I'll go over that in a minute because it's a funny story.
It's fantastic.
But on his podcast, like leading up to the Trump election, literally every fucking time he would be like, so we're on the precipice of a civil war in America. And he's been saying this for like literally, like 8 years now? We're on the precipice of a civil war in America.
Are you kidding
me? And if one more thing happens, it's just going to break out into all-out hysteria. Just every time.
So he's just a boy who cries wolf.
Yeah.
Basically, every single time it trends on Twitter, he's like, guys, it's Civil War time. Guys, it's Civil War time. And it never fucking
Civil War
happens.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
I didn't check, because like, I know that, not to be political, but I know right now that Russia is bombing Kiev. So maybe, I don't know if he said it recently. I would have to check. I really don't care. But like that, literally, the smallest thing will happen. Donald Trump will change his mind on something. Elon Musk will tweet something. And he's like, is this now the time for civil war? And it's just like, stop fucking asking. It's not going to happen.
And also chat says the game, it is in fact Subverse. So what happened is the game Subverse came out. And like they got huge because they had like a really big Kickstarter campaign. The graphics looked really pretty. It was from Studio Foe, who had made content of a variety. It's posted on Newgrounds if you want to find it.
Yep.
And I don't know how Tim Pool stumbled on it, but at some point Tim Pool stumbled on the game, and he decided that he was going to sue them because apparently he had a secondary YouTube channel that nobody knew about and nobody had ever seen before that was called Subverse. And he tried to sue them by saying he owned the word Subverse, which people immediately clowned on him for, because part of him owning that as an identity would require there to be no other... It requires like 2 factors. One of which is he can't be the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th subverse. He needs to be the first currently active subverse.
And he wasn't.
And it also requires it to not be like a crossover in industries, right? So Timful's subverse was more like a news channel. It was supposed to be his serious, straightforward journalism channel. And Subverse was clearly a porn game. And he would have to convince a judge that somebody would realistically mix up Subverse, the porn game, with Subverse journalism. People also find out after that he was not even the first Subverse. There's like 5 or 6 other people that actually do have copyrights over Subverse.
Not only
copyrights
that,
or something over Subverse.
He actually has to register the trademark.
Yeah.
Is the thing. It's like you can't Jesus. But yeah, okay, if I title something, technically I have a kind of simplistic copyright applied to it, but like what he wanted would be more in line with a trademark, which you have to actively register and maintain and renew every 10 years.
Yeah, and what people found out after is there were like 3 other trademarks already for Subverse. One was like a D&D style game, one was like a sci-fi book series, and I can't remember what the 3rd one was. But like, it's like, you're not even the first Subverse, dude. Shut up. I knew about Temple's Subverse. It was supposed to be the new Vice, but it had like 3 videos on it about farming, and they never did any more content. Thank you for the 5 Spain.
Yeah, and he tried to claim that they were stealing his intellectual property.
That's cute.
That's hilarious.
Tim's site was Subverse. He did have a site called Subverse. That came after, though. Subverse was a separate YouTube channel. And he originally tried to get them to back off by claiming the YouTube channel. I think at the time he used it, though, the YouTube channel literally had 0 videos on it, and nobody knew it existed.
Yeah.
My favorite pornographer, Temple.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He also tried to claim his brother wants to make games and might do them under the Subverse brand. Yeah, did you know Temple's brother is a guy called Reactor on YouTube?
Doesn't his brother hate him now or something?
I don't know. Fuck if I know.
Fair enough.
Apparently Reactor's had some funny videos, but he's like, all of his videos are basically like Pose, where he like plays up an insane character. Like Keemstar levels insane.
That's hilarious.
His problem was when you type Subverse on Google, the first result was the game, and that really rustled his jimmies. Yeah, no, he actually brought that up in videos multiple times. And it's like, yeah, because you haven't produced any content under Subverse.
Yeah, the SEO's gonna be fucked.
Like, yeah, you don't have any SEO. It's just a YouTube channel, and there's nothing on it. Temple has a brother? Yeah. Guy's name is... He calls himself Reactor on YouTube. It was wild for me to learn that they were related. But then you can, like, see it in their face when you actually look at them.
Yes. I think his brother doesn't even wear the hat.
He doesn't. He's salty about his hair. He can't be salty about his hair. It all ran away.
Oh my god.
I'm allowed to say that because I have long flowing locks. People have seen my hair. Everybody says it looks beautiful.
It does. It does. It does. You use some special shampoo for it.
No, I just use basic lavender Aveeno.
That's pretty special sounding to me.
Aveeno is normal hair care products. Everybody should use Aveeno.
Where do I get it?
Any grocery store.
Fair enough. I was waiting for you to say I got mine at Great Clips.
Oh, I hate fucking great clips.
Where do you go to get? Do you go like to
I have an actual hairdresser.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna
Look,
say
I
I
used to
don't
go
sadly
to
have one.
Great Clips when I was in high school, but like half the time I would be like, okay, I just want like a little off the top, and then they'd just like cut my hair completely off. And I was like, why'd you do that? And it's like, you're a boy. Boys shouldn't have long hair. It was,
Fuck that person.
it was a pretty common problem. The only way you could get my hair done was to go to like a regular women's hairdresser, and they were typically like expensive as shit.
Oh man, yeah. It's like Saul living in the back of a nail salon.
The Wolfsbane for 5. The Subverse team tried to break away from Tim Pool because he was doing not supporting it after the first few videos flopped and focusing on Timcast. By the way, Tim Pool actually is in Subverse.
Like the game?
Yeah, they included
That's right.
They included a parody character of him in Subverse to make fun of him.
They call
Oh
him
my
Dim
god,
Fool.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Massive
That's
Doge
hilarious.
5.
This
You
is what you
think
don't
Tim
do.
Pool's irrational hate towards VTubers are due to this and other reasons? I didn't know he hated VTubers.
Yes.
That kind
I
of
forget
makes
why, though.
sense.
I do know he ate some now.
He hates all things nice and beautiful.
It's because we're so popular, we're slowly convincing people not to commit civil war.
It's because, yeah, exactly.
We're ruining his prepper
VTubers
business.
are going to be the main stopper against the Civil War.
Exactly.
Cute
My
anime
words.
characters doing streams.
Trump and Elon Musk
Exactly.
is too interested in watching VTubers. Speaking of did you know that Shuon Head watches Squatchan?
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
She's a decently sized VTuber. I never heard of her until I watched, but like Shuon Head, she like comes in, she says, "Guys, I am a tourist to anime, but I am not a tourist to VTubers." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, she watches VTubers."
She does. I actually know like several of the VTubers she knows.
Yeah,
She
that's awesome.
watches.
That's crazy.
To be fair, most English VTubers are just white women trying to get attention from men, so it does make sense that Shuon Head
No,
would know
it's-
them very well.
Yeah, no,
It's
yeah,
basically
very
the same
true.
industry as her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now, I guess the only difference between Shuon Head and like Kirsch is the fact that Shuon Head is a real person and Kirsch is an anime fox. That's the
Exactly.
only difference.
I don't know,
and to
Shuon
some
Head is
other
far more
conspiracy
left-wing
theories.
than Kirsch.
This is true. This is very true. But I feel like listen, she got married to a conservative and had a child, so she's way more chill now, in
She's
my
center
personal
left.
opinion. Yeah, I would say she's center left.
She said that only VTubers watch her videos, that it's half the search looking for her.
Yeah. I'm going to add to that on Monday.
I mean, there's so many VTubers that react to Shuon Head videos.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like,
funny.
it's been suggested on my channel. This is the one that just dropped. And like, guys, react to this. I'm like, guys, in my feed right now, I have like 8 VTubers reacting to this fucking video.
If I
That's
did
funny.
anything with Shuon Head, I would be talking about how she had that whole weird shit going on with Armored Skeptic for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was the fake nudes leak where everybody was convinced that this girl who was flashing a bunch of people out of a hotel room was Shuon Head.
Did she take responsibility for it?
No.
Oh, fair enough.
It's just everybody knew the girl was too skinny to be Shuon Head.
That's mean. I know some really sad things about Shuon Head.
But I just,
Like, you know,
her videos are just kind of whatever for me.
yeah. Like, you know that's a wig, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's bald.
I don't think she's bald. Well, I don't know if she, like, decided to cut all off, but she's got one of those conditions where her hair, sadly, just kind of has issues, so she wears a wig. But that's fine, because she looks fine with the wig, you know?
I mean, she did resemble Shu. She did resemble Shu very closely, but she was just too thin. That's not being mean. People had seen pictures of Shu. Shu was a much larger woman than her.
Mm-hmm.
political content, meh. I don't even know if it's like, I mean, it is political content, but a lot of the stuff that Shu does nowadays is very generic, like, oh, guys, could you
Gender
believe that
worship.
kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's just
definitely what she
gender war
did.
politics.
I watched her male fantasy one, and yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. But it resonates with people, so you know.
The people I liked
does.
back in the political days were the people that did like a excessive amount of research. So like my feed was like Teal Deer, it was Aiden Paladin. It was the people that like sat down and they read through like all these studies and shit. I didn't like the reactors.
The Advocate I really like.
Yeah. I didn't particularly like the reactors for the most part because every single video was just,
Said,
hey guys, see this? It's dumb, lol.
I mean, that's
hog face it. Yeah, that.
I'm
That's
sorry,
fair.
chat.
A
You're
lot of-
free to like them you want. I just don't like React content, people.
a lot of VTubers do that now. Like literally, that's all they do.
Yeah,
I try and cycle in real opinions into reacting to stuff. You know, I feel like
What?
that makes it better.
I've talked about this before, but like reaction content works when A, you're super like knowledgeable about what is you're reacting to, so you can add more context that the video itself probably doesn't have, or B, you're
At
in a
that
group
point,
of
it's
people
commentary,
and you're
though.
watching crazy videos.
Oh, I love that too. That's why I like having people on my stream with me when I react to some stuff. 'Cause
Group
it gets a
reacts
lot
is
of good
good,
opinions.
but like if you can turn a 20-minute video into an hour of content or even like 40 minutes of content, because of what you know on the subject, you're a commentator. You are not a reactor at that point.
Yeah,
hmm I agree. I agree.
that's why I try and avoid React content unless specifically I know I'll have something to say, right?
No,
And
that's fair.
like even then, so there's this one video that's been going around of this girl that her video is something like everyone's making fun of it, but it's a bunch of pictures of girls from Erog visual novels, and she's like, you won't believe like what these characters are from. And it's like all about the teeny bop girls that are saving, quote unquote, the hentai girls by trying to put them in a new context or whatever.
You're back.
And like I'd have a lot to say about that in regards to like tourists are really fucking annoying. And no, you shouldn't be letting kids like come in and try and adopt Erog like characters for their
Oh yeah,
personas.
for real.
But at the same time, I don't play those games. So I don't really have the deeper knowledge to like talk about it at length. Like I could make fun of her for a little bit, but I wouldn't have like a whole bunch of extra knowledge to add to it. It would just be making fun of it. Rags, I'm kind of iffy on Rags. I know I am not one to say this. Rags is kind of a dick.
The pill, really?
From every time I've seen him, he's just kind of a dick. And I know I'm not one to
That's
say it.
Chat agrees.
I don't know Rag, so I couldn't give an opinion.
Kept seeing that video on my recommended feed. I didn't bother
Alright.
watching it because I could already guess what it was about. EFAP Rags. I don't even watch EFAP anymore, and it's nothing against EFAP, but so much of it is just so off topic. After a while, it's like, can we please get back to the subject?
Yeah. Well, I do like that kind of content, but you do need like the one guy, and I feel like out of the three of us, me, Mizu, and Lumi, I think that Mizu is the one that's just like, let's get back on topic.
I mean, I try and keep it on topic every once in a while, but sometimes it's better to just let it rant.
No, I agree, but I think you know the
limit.
You do know the limit, yeah.
The problem with EFAP is you can they'll get off topic once, literally 2 hours later, they're finally like, we were talking about something, weren't we?
Oh Jesus, that's pretty bad.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
because
I remember
EFAP streams are like 24 hours long. They literally will stream like all day.
I remember. How
Jesus
often do they
fucking-
stream? Like once a month?
No.
Oh,
I don't know how the
Yeah.
one guy that runs it, Mauler, does it, because he's done like multiple like 16, 17-hour streams in a row. Like I feel like he just gets up, streams, goes to bed, and then he doesn't even like eat or anything. He just goes. Have they moved it to just every Saturday now? There was a time when EFAP was like a daily thing.
I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I did do content full time and I got paid a lot of money to just sit and react to content, I do that 5-6 days a week, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd probably get tired of it, but like, it's like with Game Grumps. Like when Game Grumps was really young, a lot of people really enjoyed them because when you tuned into 20 minutes of Aaron and Danny, or even better, Aaron and John, like you were getting like 20 minutes of real people talking about things. And sure, the game was in there, but you weren't there for the game. You were there for them. And that's why people liked it. And that's what I kind of want to bring back with some of my content. It's just like, maybe there's a game in the background, but I'm talking about things of substance that people actually care about. And I feel like that's what people enjoy. You know what I mean?
Mauler spends most of his time
Yeah, we
streaming
have
or
a
editing
lot of good,
videos. He never stops working. It's the main reason he's so successful.
Man, I wish I had that attitude.
Well, he seems like he was just kind of in a position already where he could do that. Because a lot of people just can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I could do that. Just go full neat mode.
Oh, look, Rags is still on E EFAP. Rags,
that's
Mauler. I recognize two of the other people. I don't actually know their names, though.
I think recently Kree went on with Rags to talk about...
Fucking chat.
Video
It looks like they
games.
do shorter streams nowadays. Most recent stream, 11 hours, 37 minutes.
I mean, if 24 hours is the standard, that is still pretty short. So...
Let's see if I can scroll back a bit.
Alright guys, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to have to duck out. My dad is asleep. He has to wake up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow, so I have to be quiet.
All right. You have a good night, Ava. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks for dropping by.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Everybody say bye to Ava.
Say bye, Ava.
Send your final head
Ciao.
pats
Everybody.
before they leave.
Oh yes, here.
Also, massive doge for 5. Mizu, stop making me feel old by mentioning Teal Deer. Teal Deer wasn't that long ago, was it?
Oh gosh, everybody's saying goodbye.
Yeah, Occo, chat can't see it, but you can see it. Look at the ones titled EFAP Mini. And look how many hours they are.
8 hours. Listen, like I would be. Listen, my Wednesday streams can go up to 6 to 8 hours. I'm fine streaming that long as I got something to do. You know what I mean? So like, this isn't an issue for me personally. I just gotta do something for that long. Because there's a point where it's just like, if I'm doing endurance streams for that long, it's just like, I'm gonna be done, guys, because I got nothing else to talk about. I'm sorry. There's nothing that I feel interested in giving attention to right now. So like, if they can make it work, great, fantastic. I hope they're entertaining quite a lot of people.
What
I just
happened
don't
to
think
Teal
that I
Deer?
could.
Somebody says he still makes content, but not off on YouTube. His last video on YouTube was 3 weeks ago.
White guilt is over. Hey, already kind of starting in a good. Good
Fixing
fashion, I guess.
DEI at the academic level with IQ. It's 3 months ago. I've not seen his stuff in years either. I honestly, chat, just kind of left the what do you call it? The whole
Skeptic?
like
Are you
news and
skeptic?
politics thing back way back in the day.
That's fair. I try to avoid a lot of news right now. The only time that I like touch news for the most part is when there's just random news that intersects with pop culture. Like right now, Elon Musk is really like something I'm paying attention to because he intersects with pop culture, because he's like the guy of Twitter, because like everybody's made memes out of it. I'm kind of forced to. and I feel like that's safe enough for me to touch. You know.
I call it the
Otherwise, I really just
Bloodsports
don't give a
era.
shit.
The Bloodsports era was a little bit after the Skeptic era.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Skeptic era, which I think actually started with The Amazing Atheist, and then it kind of got big with Sargon. And then after the Skeptic era, you kind of move into the Gamergate era, where everybody from the Skeptic era starts like really hardline picking sides, left or right, and starts getting substantially more political.
Yeah.
And then after the Skeptic era, people slowly morphed into the Bloodsports era, because everybody realized a lot of people that came from like the Skeptic to the Gamergate era were kind of cringe and kind of stupid and kind of didn't know what they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very funny to get them on podcasts together and watch them duke it out where neither of them actually had any idea what they were talking about. Razorfist, Jim Sterling, and Total Biscuit are names from Gamergate. Sorry, it's not Jim Sterling anymore. It's like Samantha Sterling or something. I can't remember
my
what
gosh.
she calls herself now.
Are they still doing that boxing shit?
I don't know. Stephanie Sterling. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. It is Stefani Sterling.
Their most recent video 3 days ago was "Shut the fuck up, video games."
So they're doing good, I hear.
Well, it looks like they're talking about the video games that just like constantly talk, because if you hover over it, the first game I see is High on Life, which was one of those games that the game just never shut up. It just felt like it had to fill every piece of silence with character making a quip or something. My complaint is the thumbnail is, well, it's obviously like their branding, a bunch of clocks, and then the characters from Fantasy Life on it, which Fantasy Life is not a just shut up game, and I'm offended that you put it on your thumbnail.
I miss Total Biscuit. Didn't you make like a comment that if Total Biscuit was around today, people might not like him as much?
I think people would like him if he was old Total Biscuit.
Yeah.
But, and I'm trying to be nice when I say this, guys. Total Biscuit, rest in peace, rest his soul. After he got cancer, he kind of became an asshole. And I don't know if it was the cancer that caused that, or if he had just like a natural change in his personality. But sometime after like the cancer diagnosis, he started just becoming like oddly aggressive towards people for some reason.
He had a change. Yeah, sometimes. What kind of cancer was it?
No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
It was a terminal one. It was one of the ones that could, it was a lot harder to treat and it could off you.
Sounds like it did.
I'm kind of scrolling through Stephanie Sterling's page here. There's one with a picture of Liza P on it, and it says, "For those who come after, getting good while keeping empathy."
Interesting.
I don't like their branding on these videos. It looks... It's
Tell me, I don't.
Very
You're not streaming
recently,
anymore?
their branding changed from a picture of them to a picture of them with crab claws.
Oh gosh, show me, please. I need to see this.
Here, I'll screen share for you. I don't know why. Look how recent this changed.
What the fuck?
You see?
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? Is his trans creature just him as a crab or them as a crab? What the hell?
I'm kind of thinking lobster because the claws are equally sized.
You might be right.
Then again, well, and because they're big claws. Well, no. I think lobsters are the one that the females actually do have a bigger claw.
Chat wants to see.
Oh, fine.
Chat, I
Chat,
warn
one sec.
you. I warn you. is outside of your comprehension right now. You know, I do think they're still into the boxing thing. So maybe they're a boxing crab.
Literally, their like newest videos are these top 4, and they go from pictures of them to like this weird crab lobster creature.
That was amazing.
Not like literally 3 weeks ago is the first time they used it. It looks like it might be used like way further down, but it seems pretty consistent that it's the picture of them for every other one.
Jim constantly makes fun of trans people while pretending to be an advocate. Wait, does Jim do that? Like Jimquisition? I don't watch Jim anymore, Jimquisition. Well, I knew one of my previous friends was like a fan of his or theirs, but now they're not.
So really quick, I would also like to share this because somebody posted this in the Discord.
Oh dear. Yes! That's perfect. Where is that posted?
It's in some meme chat.
Okay.
Thank you, Shy Keepa. It's much appreciated.
Yes. You need to post that on Twitter.
I probably will.
Let all of the Mizu aunties get a chuckle out of it. That is beautiful. I love it so much. All right, back to the cringe.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that, I mean, like, Jim still gets a decent chunk of views.
I mean, sort of.
You know what's crazy is they used to be over 900,000.
That's why I mean sort of.
Like, chat, they did a under 800,000 celebration and under 900,000 celebration. I'm waiting for them to lose 700,000. Like, I've heard rumors that it's, oh my gosh, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck are they dressing up in that Starfield one?
Which one?
Upper right.
We're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that.
What the fuck?
I'm not asking questions.
I am terrified right now. I'm curious if they're still in their boxing, because like it looks like this is them when they were in their boxing phase.
Yeah, so look at this.
So
this was them a year ago. They were still getting like, some of them kind of dipped below, but you were still getting like the almost 200k videos. Some of them over 200k.
Yeah.
And now they've dipped down and they can't break 100k anymore.
And they haven't broken 100k in a year. I mean,
they've broken 100k in a year. They haven't broken 100k in like 5 months.
Right, but here's the thing about Jim, is they never made ad revenue off their channel. They never had ads on. So it really doesn't matter if they're getting less views, because they're not making less money. Their money comes from Patreon, if I remember correctly. And their Patreon is still doing just fine.
Can we talk about the fact that you can tell that they were still trans at this point, but they still called it the Jimquisition? Was the branding just that strong? I
think that it is purely the branding, yeah.
Wait, is it? It's still called the Jimquisition. Is the branding just that strong that you're not gonna drop it? Like, they even kept the ads at Jim Sterling.
Well, they still call themselves James. They call themselves James Stephanie Sterling.
James Stephanie Sterling.
That makes no sense. Like, did they just... okay, I'm not gonna pretend.
Please call yourself Jamie. Pull a fucking Chris Chan, bro. Like how Chris Chan started calling themselves Christine.
Christine, yeah. You hear about Jim wrestling Tonka?
Jim would win because Tonka's in a wheelchair.
This is true.
Donga of the Rolling Wheel Tribe.
Yes. But no, like I am pretty sure that like if you check their Patreon will show that that's where their money comes from.
I mean, probably.
Oh, are you looking for people to raid?
I am.
Fair enough. You think it's that time of night?
Do you think we should raid like a smaller person and just like...
We can do that, yeah.
I'm open to suggestions, but right now I'm just gonna kind of scroll through, see if anybody sticks out.
That one's purple.
What, this one?
Yeah, they kind of look like... I'm not gonna lie, they kind of look like Rima.
How big is their channel? No, they're a big one. They just don't have many people watching yet.
Oh, fair.
Also, they don't speak English.
Yeah, that'd be kind of unfair to them. Oh, we could raid Mari Mari. She's a small channel.
Mari's not a small channel.
No. Thank you for the 199, Massive Doge. You think Jim got the Sonichu medallion? I don't know. That's a good question.
You know what? I think we should raid Mari. They're showcasing the Switch 2.
Yeah, I made a joke earlier today by saying that Mari was doing a solid by making sure that Pippa didn't have to buy the Switch by buying it for her.
Massive Doge, you think Jim has gotten the Sonichu medallion? I don't think he did. I think that he just did that to himself.
Did we read all the super chats? I want to make sure before we jump through.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Avenged for 2, it's wrestling. Yes.
Oh yeah, I missed the Avenged one. But I got the Teal Deer one. So we've got all of them.
Okay, yeah.
Which, by the way, I want to... Big thanks tonight, guys. Insane amount of super chats.
Yes. Well, when you promise people that head pats are going to come, you know, I need to ask Ava how to do that, because that I want to do that so people can head pat me.
Retosis is on, is he? Let me double check. Because if he is, I can do Retosis.
No.
He's not on. What are you guys talking about?
He was on earlier. He was playing Fallout.
He ended 7 minutes ago.
Oh, well, technically, they're about 7 minutes too late.
Oh, well. Anyways, guys, be nice for Mari. Thank you all for showing up tonight. I do have my little podcast with Dama tomorrow if you guys want to show up. And I guess we're probably reacting to Sovereign Citizens now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Is that
night,
what
everybody.
else? Oh, good night.
Chat. Oh, did you want to say something, Occo, before we go?
Oh, I was just going to say that I've got a special stream tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Was it a stream or was it like a video?
It's a stream. So my plan is I am going to not do a lot of like heavy commentary tomorrow, because I think that's what some people expect, but I'm just going to say right now, tomorrow what I'm going to do is review all of the stuff that I believe to be some of the most egregious stuff about Alara, and then I'm going to like take all of that and put it into a video. Because I feel like doing it live, doing a lot of that live, I feel like you probably could do that. I don't think I have the capacity to be like content cop live without messing up. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go through the clips. I'm going to give my points on it. And then I'm going to cut all of that down into a video, do the skits, do the writing in VR chat and all that kind of fun stuff.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. No, yeah. Because I know that you were like kind of concerned. You were like, what's your plan with this? It's like, don't worry. The plan is just going to be watching stuff.
Okay, well, get ready for Occo's video tomorrow, chat, and let's hope they don't crash and burn.
Don't worry.
Night, everybody.
I got a lot of timestamps.